It was a nice evening, so I decided after work to lift the rifle and head out to see if I could get a rabbit or two. The nights were drawing in, so time was against me, but in the first field I spotted a rabbit along the hedgerow. I got within about 36 yards of the rabbit, using a clump of dead dogholes to cover my approach, then sidestepped to the left hand side so I could see the rabbit clearly, set the rifle up on the shooting sticks and got ready for the shot. I had to give it a bit of a mouth squeak to try and get the rabbit to stand up out of the long grass, but I missed my first shot. The pellet must have been deflected by the grass. I took a wee bit more care, got a clear line of fire and dropped him cleanly with the second shot. Now this is more or less all the footage I got of this particular stock, because you'll see in a second here there was a white-faced heifer in the field, and it was forever pestering me, trying to eat my coat, trying to pull my game bag off of my shoulder. So this was the only footage I could get. I grabbed the rabbit and got out of the field before the thing chewed a hole in me. And just after talking to the farmer about getting permission to shoot in a small field of wheat, I think it was, that will be cut soon, before heading towards the next field, when all of a sudden I spotted this fella about 25 yards away. I wasn't expecting anything to be there because the farmer was just after coming from that direction with a small collie pup that he was training. So I brought the rifle to shoulder, as the shooting sticks wasn't going to be much good to me here through the gateway. The wind was buffeting me about a bit, and I honestly was considering not taking the shot because I wasn't holding the gun very still, but the wind had a wee lull. I centred the crosshairs and took the shot and dropped the rabbit nice and cleanly. Some of you might have noticed that I have the MFR out with me tonight. It's a 30 foot-pound .22, so it's got a wee bit more legs than the BSA. I haven't had it out after rabbits for a long time, and it's had a wee bit of a face change since the last time it was out. Mostly cosmetic really. Repainted the stock green, and I have a new scope on it. I was that keen to get out of that first field, I hadn't even squeezed the belly on the first rabbit I shot, so I took the opportunity to do both rabbits here and now before putting them into the game bag. That one there must really need a pee with the amount of stuff coming out of its bladder. Oh, is that rabbit peeing the strap? Oh well. At least I'll smell the part. And I'll head on to see what else I can get. Now at this next gateway I just barely catch the glimpse of a rabbit running off into the distance. Never got a shot at it. It was only about 20 yards away when I spotted it. The light's really starting to go, and I'm making my way down a hedgerow towards an area that has a wee bit of a hollow in it that I usually see rabbits in. And sure enough, there's one in the distance, just among them reeds in the centre of the picture. There he is there, a wee bit out of focus, but it's there okay. I want to get a wee bit closer for the shot. Anyway, the lay of the land, since the rabbit's laying in a wee bit of a hollow, once I get down into a sitting or kneeling position for a steady shot, I wouldn't be able to see the rabbit. So I lower my profile and slowly make my way across the field. I ditch the game bag and get down onto my hands and knees. I'm really aiming to crawl up into the back of that clump of rushes in front of me and then take the shot from there. I know it's a wee bit of a slow, drawn out process, but that's how you stalk into something. You have to do it slow and deliberately. Take your time, show patience to get within range of something without spooking it, and then take that one careful shot. It doesn't always work that way, of course, but that's the theory. Once I got where I wanted, I ranged the target, 50 yards. So this shot ought to stretch the legs a wee bit in the MFR. I give the elevation turret 8 clicks. Then set the rifle up on the shooting sticks. This should give me a dead on hold at 50 yards. There was no wind to allow for, so I just waited for the rabbit to give me a side on shot at his head. And dropped him nicely. Of course, if you're going to allow for long range shots by using your elevation turret, do remember to set it back to 0 again once you've taken your shot. There's obviously a rabbit or two about here with a amount of dung lying in the short bit of grass. Maybe a little low, but it was still more than fatal. So I give the rabbit's belly a wee squeeze again. Then dandered back up the hill to get my game bag. I did see another rabbit down at the bottom of the hill. It was about 70 yards, but it didn't hang around till I got any closer. So into the next field, I went to another spot I've shot rabbits before, and I've slowly made my way up to a wee dip in the ground. And sure enough, I spotted a couple of rabbits in the distance. They were within range, but because of the weeds and the fact that the rabbits are in a wee bit of a dip, when I went to set the rifle up in the shooting sticks, I just could not get a clear shot at them. The light was really going at the minute, so I decided to try and get another 5, maybe 10 yards closer to see if I could get a much clearer shot. But of course, when I got there, the rabbits weren't there. They'd saw me coming and bolted. Then I noticed to my left hand side a rabbit sitting just outside the hedgerow. There was a wee bit of a dead dochal stem sort of in my road, but I managed to move about a wee bit to get a clear line of path for the pellet. And took the shot, probably at about 30 yards, as I didn't use the rangefinder at the time. I'll have to apologise for the quality of the footage. The camera was really struggling at this point. But the shot was well placed, and the rabbit didn't know what hit it. So I stuffed the rabbit into the game bag and headed on my way. Well, the MFR hasn't been out for a while, but it's got 4 rabbits in the bag so far, and hopefully many more to come.